Well, love them or hate them, there's no denying the Transformers movies have been massive blockbuster successes, with the last film, Transformers Age of Extinction, making over $1.1 billion at the box office. Now, it is official. The director behind all the previous Transformers movies is coming back to direct the 5th installment of the franchise. In talking with Rolling Stone, Michael Bay confirmed he is indeed directing the next Transformers film and also says this will be his final one. John, what are your thoughts on Michael Bay officially returning for Transformers 5?
You know, here's the thing. I am one of the rare Michael Bay defenders, actually. Michael Bay has made what I consider to be some pretty fun, pretty good movies, whether you're talking about, you know, Armageddon, or obviously I think his best film, The Rock, or I liked Pain and Gain very much. And I'm actually really looking forward to seeing what he does with 13 Hours. I think that is a movie that is right up his alley that he could really shine in. And I was one of the few guys when they first announced Michael Bay as directing the first Transformers, I was one of the few guys that was like, this is the right fit. This is the guy who should be directing Transformers. And I thought he did a great job on the first Transformers. I love the first Transformers movie. However, since the first Transformers movie, Michael has kind of got himself locked in. He sees the Transformers and the movies a certain way. And he goes in a certain direction with them that are terrible, that are just awful. Ever since he did the first one, which I thought was great, the direction he has chosen to go in with the Transformers is awful. And I hated hearing this news that he's coming back to do a 5th one, mostly because recently we've been hearing all this news about Transformers 5 that has gotten me excited. They hired this amazing writer's room that they promote a lot, and we've talked a lot about the show, where they got like Academy Award winning and some great up-and-coming writers from all different types of movie backgrounds all into the same room, and they brainstorm and they planned out Transformers and all this kind of stuff, and they did all this wonderful things, saying we got this great new direction, blah, 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 and you throw it all the F away by bringing back the same frickin' director who's gonna do what he wants to do. He's gonna make this movie the way he wants to make it. To hell with whatever the writer's room said and whatever they came up with. There's just no point in saying we're ushering this new great era for Transformers movies, this writer's room, we got this new vision. There's no point in doing any of that if you're just gonna bring back the same guy who directed the previous 4 terrible films. Well, previous 3, I really liked the first one, but the previous 3, the last one of which was the worst of the bunch, made a ton of money. Because, man, they know how to put up good trailers for these Transformers films. But what is the point in saying we're doing this new era and then bringing back the same director? And once again, that is not hate towards Michael Bay. I'm actually one of these guys who think he's, with the right film and all that kind of stuff, he is a good director. I enjoy a lot of his films, and I look forward to his other films. I do not want to see him in the Transformers universe anymore, though. I'm really bummed out that he's going to be directing 5. The one bright spot in this is that he says, yeah, this will be the last one, but I can't even get too excited about that because he said that twice before. Yep. That, oh yeah, I'm doing this one, it's my last one. Then he comes back and does the next. Oh, yeah, this is my last one. Then he comes back and does another one. And I'm really bummed out. I'm really bummed out about this. Anyway, Schnepp, you heard about this. What do you think?
Man, I am so excited about this news. Can't wait to not see it. I don't think I'll see the Transformers 5. I mean, Transformers 4 almost melted my brain in its garbageness. It was so horrible. I mean, you know, we've already talked about that a lot, so I don't want to get back into Transformers 4. I actually kind of liked parts of 3, and I didn't like parts 1 and 2.
That's because it was in Chicago.
Yeah, you know, hey, I like seeing Chicago get blown up. Go sue me. I lived in Chicago for a while, guys. Anyway, it's not about me. It's about Michael Bay and his unwillingness to let go of the Transformers because they just keep throwing piles of money at him. And why not? Because he's made an incredibly successful franchise.
Yes,
Transformers 4 made over $1 billion. You think that they're not going to get him? I mean, this is a business. It doesn't matter if the movie is garbage. If it's a horrible, unendurable dreck for anyone with a brain to sit through, it savages your brain. It makes you hurt when you see the film. It doesn't matter. It made over $1 billion, sold a lot of toys. I guess anybody who's a Transformers fan from the toys of the 80s or the cartoon, you're just going to have to rewatch those cartoons if you really dig that, because you're not going to see a different kind of Transformers movie that's not made by Michael Bay for easily another, I'd say 10 years. I guarantee you he's going to direct Transformers 6. I swear it's my last one. I have to finish the Quadrille 6 trilogy. Whatever. I got to make a super box set of something.
I have to finish the sextuplet.
Yeah, I got to make an Optimus Prime head that fits all of them in a digicube, and then he'll do the 7th one. It doesn't matter how many amazing writers they hire, because in Hollywood, writers are a dime a dozen. They get him, oh, this draft, throw it away. Take this draft, throw it away. Ideas are a dime a dozen, too. It's in the execution of the ideas. And you get someone who can execute ideas well, or you get someone who, like Michael Bay, who just explodes things. I mean, I think, look, I like Pain and Gain. I liked a lot of his other films, too, but I cannot watch any of these Transformers films.
You know, I like to think of my Transformers toys in a box at home in Virginia, and they're in the closet somewhere, but when nobody's in my room, they come to life, a lot like Toy Story. And them hearing this news, they have to feel like Julia Roberts did in Sleeping with the Enemy, where it doesn't matter where you go, the stalker's gonna find you. And Michael Bay found your new address, Transformers. He heard you were shacking up all these new writers, and he knocked on the door, and he said, I'm back, and I'm directing your movie again. And the only reason I'm not getting as emotional as John did is because this is news that we kind of saw coming.
Oh, we did.
This
Yeah,
is
we
something
did, yeah.
that we felt lurking for a while. It got closer and closer. Michael Bay with Transformers is kind of like whatever creep has the disease and it follows. Like, it just keeps walking right behind you, and you're like, oh my God, it's not going away until it kills me, and it kills this franchise. That's what's gonna happen. And look, you're talking to a guy where at some point in the 90s, Kid Mark Ellis was like, oh my God, I love The Rock, I love Armageddon, Bad Boys is awesome. Michael Bay might be my favorite director working today, and that has just all gone away in the 2000s, because I didn't like Pain and Gain. I thought it was a huge missed opportunity, as has been all of the Transformers films, where I could forgive the first Transformers. I had some fun watching it, but it just got progressively worse and worse and worse and more disappointing. And here's the kicker, is that we're all going to go see 13 Hours that he's directing and get excited to see it, and maybe we even like 13 Hours because it's based on a true story. He's locked into content in some capacity. He knows how to do some action well. We're going to see that. Then we're going to see the first trailer for Transformers 5 and be like, oh my God, he got it right this time.
I know.
He got it right. The writer's room came through. Let's kick some ass with Transformers. And then Schnepp and I are going to have to go to rehab for 2 weeks after seeing Transformers 5.
But the trailer was cool.
Yeah, this is the part where I've just become disgusted with myself, because I know that you're right. That first trailer for Transformers 5 is going to come out, and I'm going to make the same stupid, idiotic mistake I made with Transformers 4 when that trailer came out. Say, you're right. You know what? I think they really got it this time. I think this one is going to be the one that turns the ship around, guys, because the trailer's awesome. And they're going to put out a great trailer, and I'm going to bite like the idiot that I am, hook, line, and sinker, and I'm going to go into the theater. And then remember, we all went to go see it all together, and we all came walking out at the same time and just stood in a circle in the foyer of the AMC Burbank 16 after we saw it, and we were like, what the hell?
We were doing a quick Phantom Menace tribute.
Yeah, it was just like, what the hell? But I mean, look, none of that changed the fact. See, I do believe 13 Hours. I actually have I have some actually pretty high expectations for 13 Hours.
I'm jazzed for it, man.
Not only is this like up Michael Bay's wheelhouse, but the thing is, Michael Bay has a huge respect for the armed forces. Like, massive respect for when he does anything involving armed forces, like, he goes to the military itself. Says, how should I shoot this? Blah, blah. Like, he's got such a huge amount of respect. And I think he's going to bring a lot of reverence and respect to doing 13 Hours, where I don't feel he does that with Transformers. Again, this is not meant to be me or any of us like bashing on Michael Bay, because I believe Michael Bay can make really good, solid films. I really do. I just don't like where he has gone with Transformers, and I don't trust in his vision for Transformers.
Right.
And I don't want him back for Transformers. I'd rather see him do some more stuff.
I can't even call Transformers 4 a film. It was like a collection of bad scenes, like where we hop around the globe with a bunch of horrible, dumb robots. I mean,
And lots of
yeah. Yeah.
We see that stuff. We all get excited. We're like, they showed us that, oh my God, we're going to see Grimlock.
Right.
Like, instant freaking boner. We're going to see Grimlock.
Dinobots.
But then what do they do? Like, I said this before, like, when all you have is action without dramatic purpose, it just becomes visual noise.
Right.
And so I'm waiting for them, watching this movie, like, when do the freaking Dinobots show up? When does Grimlock? And then it's just, you know, Optimus Prime finding them at ship. Hey, you should come fight with me. And then he's riding Grimlock with his sword up. It's like, there was no
like
purpose.
3 minutes.
There was nothing to it. And so watching all that action became meaningless. And it's like,
The trailer's going to be cool, though. I can't wait for the Transformers 5 trailer.
Let's focus on the trailer. Let's focus on the release of the trailer and how excited we all are. For
Giant
the trailer,
alien rising from the
5.
ocean.
Because by the way, guys,
jumping.
I think a little bit later today we're releasing a new video of our top 10 trailers of 2015, and you just know that I can't remember when the release date is supposed to be, but if the trailer comes out this year in 2016. As bad as the movie might be, you just know Transformers 5 trailer is probably going to be on the best trailers of 2016
Really
list.
good trailer. Horrible film.
All right.
Hey guys, if you like this clip, click here to watch the entire episode. Also, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel because it'll help you stay up to date with all the stuff we've got going on here at Collider.